This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, with winter coming, people are sleeping rough in Queenstown, all due to the resort town's parking rules. Dunedin City Council is now no longer required to take public consultation while it creates its draft annual plan. And rail enthusiasts rejoiced. A veteran and a favourite were on show over the Easter break. Kia ora, good evening with The South Today. I'm Craig Story. Well, you can just leave the car behind, just bring a sleeping bag. That seems to be the way tourists have found to get around Queenstown Lakes District Council freedom camping rules. While the onset of winter seems unlikely to reduce the problem of people sleeping rough in the resort town, one resident is not impressed by what she has encountered in recent weeks. Mina Amso reports.
Queenstown's Lakeview Holiday Park manager Kathy Coppins tells the tale of when she found two English guys camping in the open right outside her central Queenstown property while walking her dog.
Completely blocking our track that we walk through the public area here.
The two men were fast asleep in their sleeping bags under trees on land she leases from the council.
Squashed against the fence and against the tree, two gentlemen. We looked at them, we said, "Are you kidding me? There's people sleeping here. Are you guys aware that this is public property? You should not be here. You're not allowed to freedom camp in these areas."
She said the two men looked at her, remained tucked in their sleeping bags and did not respond. So she went to get her husband, Peter.
We asked the guys what they were doing and the dog was still barking, and then they proceeded to quickly jump up out of their sleeping bags, cover themselves quickly. Oh, they said, "We tried to find a hotel last night, we couldn't."
Queenstown Lakes District Council Enforcement Manager Lee Webster told the Mountain Sea newspaper recently the enforcement team hadn't seen a lot of this sort of thing outside New Year, and it was not considered to be an issue. The bylaw banning freedom campers is aimed specifically at people in vehicles rather than, for example, hikers. If people are just sleeping in the open, the bylaw does not apply. Coppins believe council rules need to also apply to those sleeping rough in the town. And Queenstown Holiday Park and Motel's owner Ernest Bargerboss agrees.
My biggest frustration is being reflected by the reaction of the host communities. They've also had enough. It's changing how we can live our New Zealand lifestyle.
So it seems tourists willing to brave the elements can simply head out for the bush in their sleeping bags, safe in the knowledge they're not contravening council bylaw. Although it seems fairly certain they will upset local residents who stumble across them. Mina Amso, The South Today.
The Dunedin City Council has decided to change parking allocations on Vogel Street. The DCC consulted with residents and business owners before releasing this plan. Vogel Street is the first part of the redevelopment of the warehouse precinct, and the council's overall aim is to make the area more vibrant and to grow activity. Thus, the balance of car parks in the area is to be shifted. Currently, it has 75 all-day and 76 short-term parks in the area. The changes will provide 37 all-day and 108 short-term parks, with the length of the stay from 5 minutes to 90. The council says work will start in the near future and it is expected to be completed by the middle of this year. Further to the DCC, it is taking a new approach to getting its message to the people. Under new legislation, the DCC is no longer required to undertake official public consultation when creating its annual plan. Dunedin Mayor Dave Cull explained the changes at a drop-in event today.
For the first time this year, the Dunedin City Council will not be required to consult the public on changes to its annual plan unless those changes are significant or material. Instead, the Council is holding a series of drop-in events seeking feedback, a move it hopes means it will hear from a greater range of people.
Flooding in South Dunedin is the biggest issue, which is going to take a lot of design and work to get it up and running.
More money spent on helping and supporting local Dunedin artists, especially ones that are just starting out.
A 2017-2018 annual plan feedback event at the Dunedin Library earlier this month attracted more than 100 people, compared with a total of just 19 from 3 meetings last year. When members of the community present were asked whether they felt it was important to be consulted on how the council plans to spend about $240 million in the 2017-18 year, there were a range of views.
I think it's pretty irresponsible considering we pay our taxes, and the reason we pay our taxes is so we can have a say, I think.
I find that it's slightly troubling, especially when I know you're putting on events like this, but how well read, I mean the timing of it just after Easter, I think, is it purposely sort of tucked into when a lot of people are away?
I feel that the public should be aware of what decisions are being made.
We found the councillors who were here this morning were very supportive and interested in welcoming our views.
Mayor Dave Cull says fears the council might use the changes in legislation to act unilaterally are unfounded. He says plans for the budget have been in the pipeline for a long time.
Insofar as it was put into the long-term plan, then the community was consulted about that a year ago and the year before that. So insofar as nothing's changed for this annual plan, there's no legal requirement for us to go back and say, you know, what do you think about it? Because they've already had that opportunity.
Changes to 2014 legislation means councils only have to conduct consultation if their annual plans are significantly different from long-term plan forecasts. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
Central Otago's annual Great Easter Bunny Hunt took place over the weekend. The event is organised by the Alexandra Lions Club and it raises around $10,000 for community causes each year. This year, slightly fewer teams took part in the event than last year, but 21 teams of 12 still shot 7,601 wabbits and 468 hares. The winning team was the Eradicators of Rangiora, which shot 875 rabbits. Well done, those teams. The Vulcan RM50 rail car was on display in Canterbury this Easter weekend. In its heyday, it spread the news, carting bundles of newspapers to the coast. It is now one of the favourites at the Plains Museum in Tynwald. It showed its style over Easter with rail enthusiast Stefan van Vellet at the controls of the big red train.
Here at the Plains we do about max speed of about 40 k's an hour, but it is still the official speed record holder of 125.6 kilometres an hour.
During the war, the call was made for a cheaper mode of transport. The rail cars are powered by a 6-cylinder fresh diesel engine developing 250 horsepower, and they come from the Vulcan factory in England. The Plains Museum received RM50 in 1979 when all the Vulcans in service were withdrawn. What a mighty piece of machinery. And still to come on The South Today, the main street of Cheviot resembled a ghost town with ongoing contracting work diverting traffic, but it did rain. And the OECD says that we don't pay enough tax.
They say the grass is always greener, but not if you have Ready Lawn. Call Ready Lawn today and make them green with envy.
Active Furnishers Limited, home of quality service with superior product and an in-house design team who are always happy to advise and create an imaginative solution for you. Active Furnishers Limited, part of Dunedin's design history.
Get finance and get on the road. Talk to MTF today.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
The University of Otago. Usually the atmosphere is charged with the energy of student life. But this week is the week before exams.
Hey, Tane. Not now, man. I'm panicking. Come on, mate. I know just what you need. In here? No. Is this it? No. This is the place to ease your stress.
Hey, Tane. Fancy a little cuddle?
Grandad loved his family and surfing, in that order. He taught me to surf, and we spent a lot of time in the water together over the years. When he died, I strapped the camera to the nose of his old board and filmed the paddle out at St. Clair. Gillian's played the video on the big screen at his funeral. Grandad would have loved having everyone come out one last surf with him.
Gillian's Funeral Services, helping families celebrate the lives of their loved ones for generations. Gillians.co.nz.
Loss of collagen is the reason for those fine lines and wrinkles. Silberhorn's Collagen Plus naturally supports your collagen levels, giving you younger, firmer-looking skin, healthier, shinier hair and stronger nails. Joints, tendons, ligaments and cartilage all benefit from healthy collagen levels, the very foundation of structural health. Support collagen levels naturally with Collagen Plus by Silberhorn. Be quick, buy one now and get a second pack half price. Call now 0800 502 402.
Arrow International knows what the essential ingredient is for accomplishing great projects, working with great people. 30 years on and 3,000 projects later, with 10 offices and 400 staff nationwide, a company who values partnerships with their clients and carries a strong reputation for passion, integrity and the love of a challenge, excelling in the construction industry and helping to create, with our partners, more iconic New Zealand buildings.
Dark room, we fight, make up for our love. I've been thinking about you, about us.
And thank you for staying with the South today. With State Highway 1 regularly closed for earthquake repairs and slips caused by the recent heavy rain, the main street in the North Canterbury town of Cheviot resembles a ghost town most days. Last Friday week, nearly 80 farmers and politicians rolled into town to support the local businesses. The Federated Farmers North Canterbury Provincial Annual Meeting, which brought life as well as politics to Cheviot's main street. One message remains constant in the minds of farmers. More rain was needed, and it seems that their wishes were granted. Information released by the Organisation for Economic Cooperation and Development, the OECD, says that today, well, it shows that New Zealand wage workers are some of the least taxed people in the developed world. An average worker in the OECD is taxed 36% compared to just 17.9% for New Zealand workers. Ruby Spink asked the people of Invercargill what they think of our tax rates.
I'm coming from Dubai. I've been living there, and that is one of the non-tax countries. So there are no taxes there. So I had no experience of, paying taxes and things like that. So this was the first experience being here and paying taxes. I did not bother to find out whether it was really comparatively low or not, because this was just the first encounter with it.
I don't know. I don't even know what it is, to be honest with you.
That is fair, because I am working in dairy farm. So last 6 years I have been in New Zealand. According to the price increase for the other thing, but tax is fair and development is very good. We really enjoy.
It's not really taught in schools or anything like that. Even when you go to the bank and stuff, you don't really hear about it now.
So So what is happening nationwide and what facilities people are getting out of that, I think there's no harm if some of the amount is going into the benefit of your own. So there's no comment against that it shouldn't be.
Some people are not happy to any deductions in their wages, but whatever the benefits we are getting on the government, when we are comparing the other country, that's really good, especially like our country, like Sri Lanka. So we are paying income tax, but we have some other roads and some private is not like in New Zealand. New Zealand is a very good country than the other country comparing.
After the break on The South Today, flying along with your pants pockets 2 inches off the ground at 40 miles an hour. Sounds like fun. Tomorrow's ODT and the weather for you too.
Garage Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 15 years. New doors, replacement doors, repairs and maintenance are all part of Garage quality service. Garage Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team at 553 Kaikoai Valley Road. Visit www.garrador.co.nz or call us on 488 5676.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now, they will love you forever.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Hi, I'm Dennis Charlotte, and road racing motorcycles is my lifetime passion. It's a massive adrenaline rush, but the high-speed crashes have been tough on the body over the years. I almost felt as old as my mate Ian.
Sportsville, supporting tendons, ligaments and cartilage. And Energy Plus helps replace the energy that everyday living takes away.
Now I feel more alive and have more sustained energy to really enjoy my racing.
Buy 2 packs of Sportsville and get 2 packs of Energy Plus absolutely free. So call now, 0800 502 402.
From rare to the recent, visit the legendary Hard to Find for your quality second-hand books. With the largest stock in New Zealand and a friendly book-loving atmosphere. For good prices, buying or selling, come visit 20 Dowling Street.
For over 35 years, Roslyn Mowers and Heating have been selling and servicing outdoor power equipment and are well established in home heating, installing wood fires. Call in and meet the friendly team. Roslyn Mowers and Heating, 150 Kaikoai Valley Road.
Oh, help! Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician, for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
We're a 25 Moray Place at Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focused on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
Here is this week's Mole Map UV report. Did you know, in recent years, the number of New Zealanders dying from melanoma has been as high as the road toll?
If you've ever been on a sunbed or been badly sunburnt, what are the chances you could have melanoma? Remove the doubt. Get a mole map.
Speak
The New Zealand Grass Kart National Championships were hosted in Otago at the weekend. It's the sport which gave New Zealand rally champion Hayden Paddon his taste for motorsport.
And they're off. Contestants from across New Zealand came to Otago over the Easter weekend to take part in the New Zealand Grass Kart Championships. Green Island Grass Kart Club President Stan Leishman says although it's the national competitions, many of the competitors are from the South Island.
We had something near 60 from Christchurch, Nelson, Invercargill, South Otago has a big club, Dunedin has a really healthy club, South Canterbury, Ashburton, Kaikoura.
There were two-stroke engines with their typical higher pitch whine and the more throaty sounding four-stroke engines tearing up the turf on Jeffrey and Gaynor Finch's property at Milburn. Stan Leishman says people can begin racing very young.
And so we've got kids coming in at 5 years old, 4 sometimes, 5 years old, and they have essentially a lawnmower engine on them. And so that's the really good thing about it. We can encourage kids and they get the bug.
And from there, drivers can go on to world fame behind the wheel of a larger vehicle.
Now, you keep hearing about Hayden Paddon. Yeah, he started off in a grass cart in Geraldine. That's true, like you hear it in the ad. He started off in a grass cart.
To describe the weekend's track as hard and fast would be wildly inaccurate or misleading at best, with paddock and sludge frequently flying, making it way different to tarmac racing.
The difference is that we have different tyres, and a lot of it is kind of like speedway driving. We go a lot of opposite lock driving. Tarmac karts drive around the corners and they try actually not to make them go sideways, but these actually you can't help but make them go sideways.
Grass karting is a relatively new sport, with some southern clubs beginning about 35 years ago. The bigger clubs take turns hosting the national competition. It was Green Island's turn this year, and the annual event goes to Invercargill in 2018 and potentially to Christchurch the following year. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
Fantastic sport, no matter what your age. And now recapping tonight's top stories on The South Today. Freedom campers have found if they leave the car behind, just bring a sleeping bag to Queenstown, then you'll get around the QLDC's Freedom camping rules. I don't think so. Dunedin Mayor Dave Cull shared the city's new consultation legislation with residents at a forum in Dunedin yesterday. Then the public shared their thoughts. And the Vulcan RM50 rail car was on display in Canterbury over the Easter weekend. In its heyday, it carted newspapers to the West Coast. And now is the hour to turn to our good friend Phil. What's in the newspaper tomorrow, Phil?
Craig, the preview today's paper, the big announcements on pay equity for care workers.
Oh, yes.
Some pay workers will get hundreds of dollars a week extra. So it's a bit of a revolution in the way pay's worked out, and I think implications will go on for years.
And it's long overdue, and it's going to reframe wage negotiations for years to come.
It's certainly going to change things, and we'll see what happens.
What a time to be alive.
The story about local story about parking, the all-day parking, those who like to all-day park around Vogel Street.
Oh, yes.
The popularity of that area means that some of those all-day parks are going.
Oh, yes.
On to sport, Naholo's back training, so a bit about that. Yep. That's good for the Highlanders.
Very good.
Anzac Day, some information about that in the dawn services, which starts to crank up now, of course. It's only a week away.
Yes.
Fresh pages, main features a fashion one, but I turned over to the other couple of pages, the wine column, and cooking. There's slow cooking recipes.
Oh, I love that.
And yes, you're obviously a fan.
I'm a mad keen fan of the slow cooking.
It's certainly come back in the last few years.
Good stuff.
Pinion page, I thought time to mention that again. Strong one, as you'd expect. Story from Councillor Vandervis saying that South Dunedin would be a good site for the hospital, a hillside workshops. So throws that one in.
That's food for thought.
Anna Campbell always writes an interesting column. She's talking about wool and new uses for wool, as well as old uses, and hoping that wool can make a comeback.
Very good.
And Gwyn Dyer talks about the election in Turkey, and it is a disaster for Turkey as he sees it. Basically, democracy's going down the tubes there, which is very sad. But, so all sorts of variety as usual.
Oh, definitely something to watch, and good, always good reading in the ADT. Thank you, Phil. Cheers. All right, stay tuned, stay where you are, because here comes our weather.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Silverhorn Collagen Plus.
And the southern view, that is from Glenfalloch Garden. Absolutely beautiful place when the weather is good. The Remarkables, big slice of rock we call the Remarkables. And that's Queen's Park in Invercargill showing its autumnal beauty. To the situation now, that soft anticyclone, it lingers off the coast, directing a cool southwesterly airflow over all of us. Thus, we will be keeping cool autumnal temperatures this week, with cloudy skies harbouring occasional showers until late this week. Balclutha, Catlins, Gore and Lumsden, all of you good people will be experiencing fresh southwesters, showers and temperatures in the low teens, 12 to 13. To the central outlook, Alexandra at southwesters, yet they will change, some cloud and 16. A warm Queenstown, also 16, but cloudy, rain for Te Anau and 12, and light westerlies, high cloud and a muggy 18 in Wanaka. To the northern outlook, Omarama, a late southwesterly change in the day. Showers are expected with 16, light westerlies, high cloud and 18 in Omarama. Beautiful Timaru, light winds, high cloud 17, and in Twizel it's lovely and it's 18, but similar conditions for you. Here in Dunedin tonight, mostly fine. It's a tepid 8 degrees. A mild morning is expected with westerlies, cloud increasing, some showers, and a southwesterly change around about lunchtime though, but fine later. A mild evening, 7 and 16. And Thursday is another day though, cold southwesters, a few showers and a possible improvement by the day's end, 7 and 13. Invercargill tonight, cloud increasing in 8. More cloud is expected tomorrow. It will be overcast with showers and cold southwesters, 8 and 12. Thursday sees showers easing, then they'll be disappearing along with cold southwesters. You might even get some sun, and that's 6 and 13 for Thursday's lotto. And that is the South today. I'm Craig Story. It's been my privilege, and as the philosopher D.B. Baser says, goodbye.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.